Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer is leaking out. We have maps, weapons, and some insane details. Let's break it all down in this video. Now, the first thing here isn't a leak, but it still is very cool. We have the classic minimap being confirmed for MW3 in the text messages Sledgehammer has been sending us, teasing this reveal event. They're confirming classic minimap for MW3MP. That's what matters here, and that is so exciting. Charlie Intel says this red dots on the minimap for unsuppressed weapon fire should have never been removed. I completely agree. The only studio that did remove it was Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer Games is bringing it back for MW3. Now, I know not everyone is going to like this here. There are a lot of players that did like that MW19, MW2 style of gameplay where you're not just looking at the radar and playing a minimap simulator. Some people have said that's how it was in the past, and I understand where they're coming from, but I think intuitively, I've been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3. I am just so used to how normal Call of Duty works to where when you shoot your weapon, your unsuppressed weapon, it will pop up on the minimap. So when I'm playing and enemies are shooting their weapons, I'm gonna see where they are. I just think that makes the most sense. Of course, you may disagree. Obviously, if you want to really stay hidden, use the suppressor attachment. And in recent years, the suppressor attachment seems to be less useful because no one pops up on the radar nowadays, you know. So I think it's gonna be a lot more useful now like it was in the past. And overall, things will go back to normal a bit more than what they've been recently. So let me know down below your opinions on this here. I like the change a lot, but you know, I know some people may disagree, and I completely understand why you have that opinion there. But overall, I think this is really cool. Now, another huge change here, breaking Modern Warfare 3 to feature map voting. This is wild as well. I mean, Sledgehammer is just reversing everything we've seen with IW. I mean, we haven't seen map voting since Cold War, MW19, MW2. I think even Vanguard didn't have map voting as well. Now, again, this is something that should be standard in a Call of Duty, but it still is really sick to see this finally returning here, being able to actually choose what map you want to play, have an option, have 3 options, not just between 2 maps, but have a random option as well. That's so sick. So hopefully we get something like that in this year's game. But off the bat, just being able to vote on what map you want to play and the lobby decide what we're playing for the next game is so cool to see. And this is also a huge departure from what Infinity Ward has been doing the past couple of years. Charlie Intel said this: let's also not forget Infinity Ward almost launched MW 2019 with no minimap at all. So what was crazy was that game was going to have absolutely 0 minimap. So when it launched, we had a minimap, but there were no red dots on the minimap, so when people shot, you wouldn't pop up on the radar, you know. But there was a compromise. You at least had a radar there to look at your teammates, and then when you called in a UAV, then those red dots would pop up. That was IW's compromise past couple games, but originally they were going to have absolutely no radar minimap whatsoever, which is kind of crazy there. So just a huge difference from what IW was planning on doing and has been doing recently. Next here, some pretty big info. We have MW3 multiplayer will reportedly have 150 health, plus 50 health than normal. He also claims that the game will have tactical sprint that regenerates during the normal sprint. So really insane stuff here. I mean, this is something I never expected, especially with, you know, most of the COD games being more similar to Warzone and going with more of the IW style. I mean, I almost thought that most of the COD games, even Treyarch CODs, will kind of form to IW's new style of Call of Duty. But Sledgehammer is going in the opposite direction here, increasing the time to kill, which is so good to see, because honestly, past couple games, a bit too fast with that TTK. Vanguard, MW2, a little too fast. I think Cold War was pretty good overall. Black Ops 4 was maybe a little too slow, but I tend to prefer just, you know, slower TTKs overall, just because it allows for more movement with the player, more maneuver. The gunfights can be a bit more interesting instead of walking out into an open field and getting gunned down in 2 bullets being melted instantly and not knowing where you died from. I feel like that happened a lot in higher time to kill games, mostly, you know, recent IW games. But with Treyarch games, you know, the TTK is a bit slower. You're able to actually understand what's happening in the gunfight, and you're potentially able to win more gunfights by being able to react faster and using your movement and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. A huge W change there in my books again. Now, a lot of people are saying this is the bare minimum. Changes like these should have been here to begin with, and I definitely understand that. Charlie Intel responds to this by saying, people saying longer time to kill or classic minimap can't be exciting features because those should have never changed. changed, but Infinity Ward insisted they didn't want those features and never added it. So Sledgehammer bringing these features back is a good thing for the franchise. I think overall, obviously, this should be the bare minimum, in my opinion. In my ideal, Call of Duty scenario, we should always have a decently slower TTK. Not too slow, obviously, but a bit slower than what we've seen recently, as I said. And we should definitely have the classic minimap. I feel like that should be the bare minimum, but at least we're getting improvement here, because I honestly thought, and a lot of people honestly thought, that this year's COD would literally be MW2.5, like the exact same game, but different maps, and that's it. So at least we're getting some good improvements here. Multiplayer is going to be a lot more fun, at least in my opinion, with these changes. We'll see what happens, of course, when the game actually comes out, but it seems to be, that we're going in the right direction, which is pretty cool. Now, this is some very crazy news here, which I definitely did not expect, but it actually does make a lot of sense here. Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer will reportedly have MW2 2009 launch maps fully remastered on day 1. That would include Afghan, Derail, Estate, etc. I'm going to go through all of those in a second. This is crazy here, because obviously we originally had rumors about this year being a year 2 DLC season for Modern Warfare 2, and during this year 2 season we would get a ton of OG MW2 maps being remade. We didn't know how many, we didn't know what we would see, but we already had that rumor. It looks like here for this game, we are getting not only just some MW2 2009 maps, but every single map from that game, which is so cool to see. I mean, it pretty much is the full Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remastered we've been asking for, or that we wanted since, 2017, 2018, right? I mean, those rumors have been out for so many years now. Crazy stuff here. Now, I don't know if we're still getting uniquely made maps as well. I definitely still want uniquely made maps for MW3, and I also want some MW3 2011 remakes as well, because that game was so fun. But to see every map remade from MW2 is still really cool. Let's go through all the OG MW2 2009 maps we're gonna see here. So first we have Afghan, we have Derail, Estate, Favela, High Rise, Invasion, Karachi, Quarry, Rundown, Rust, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Subbase, Terminal, Underpass, Wasteland, Bailout, Crash, Overgrown, Salvage, Storm, Carnival, Fuel, Strike, Trailer Park, and Vacant. So some of those are remakes from COD 4. We could see those return. Probably not. Some other DLC maps from MW2 as well, like Trailer Park and Fuel and Carnival. I don't know if they'll bring back. I definitely want them to, because I feel like all of those maps are so unique, and I feel like it's a safe bet to make that most people have never even seen a map like Trailer Park or Carnival before. Like, those are just underplayed maps. Not many people had those MW2 DLC maps. Not many people even played the OG MW2 back in the day. So there's a lot of new players here, and for these players, a lot of these maps are going to be new experiences, which is so cool. So bringing all of the maps back is an insane experience here. I still want to see uniquely made maps, of course, but this alone being the launch for this game, and all these maps on a new engine with different weapons, I mean, that's so hype. So I'm definitely excited to see that here. I definitely want to see some MW3 maps as well. Like I said, maps like Resistance, Mission, I mean, to name a few. There's so many great maps. Seatown as well. So many solid maps from that game that I definitely want to see as well. And the game is literally called MW3, so hopefully we get that at some point. But having all of these MW2 OG maps at the game's launch is still going to be a really sick experience overall. We also have a leak about Stalker returning as a perk in Modern Warfare 3, which is so cool, because if you guys don't remember, Stalker was a perk that gives the user no movement speed penalty while aiming down sights, pretty much allowing you to strafe very quickly. I mean, this is a godlike perk, especially for movement, especially for making the game just faster overall. This is so exciting. I mean, I don't think you guys realize how good of a deal this is here. I mean, it just goes to show me that, for one, they are not shying away from more of the classical feel of Call of Duty, a bit more of a faster arcadey feel. I'm not saying this is going to be completely like a Treyarch COD, but it seems to be that they're going a bit more in that direction, to where they're not afraid to increase the health a little bit. They're not afraid to give you more speed. Bringing Stalker back, I mean, it depends on how powerful Stalker is. Obviously, we don't know yet for sure, so we'll see very soon, but it just seems to me like they're really just going in the opposite direction from what IW has been doing, which is just so crazy overall. So let me know down below your opinions on that. And also here, with a bunch of weapons leaked out for MW3. Of course, none of these are fully confirmed here, but we have a lot of classic weapons here, different ACRs, similar names here. They might have this similar base gun, but the name might be different. Whatever it is, I mean, we're getting a lot of similar guns from the OG MW2 and from the MW2 we just got in MW3, which is not surprising, but it is still cool to see. So you can, you know, pause the video if you want to go through all this here, but pretty much what we're getting here is a lot of OG content kind of reimagined here and brought into MW3. Again, hopefully we do get a bunch of new content as well, because as much as this is exciting, I still do want to play a new game. And, you know, I don't want there to be absolutely no unique content in this game. It would be kind of weird if it's just all remakes and all old weapons and stuff like that. Like, that's pretty cool, but I still want to see some new content here. So we'll see with the reveal this Thursday what we're getting. We'll see for the MP reveal as well what the game looks like. We'll be playing it very soon as well. I mean, we're gonna see, but so far these leaks are sounding very, very interesting. And of course, one final leak here, which I'm gonna talk about in a separate video, we have Treyarch making Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, which sounds insane. What could that look like? Is it round based? Is it Outbreak 2? Is it a mixture of Outbreak and DMZ like we talked about? Who knows for sure? But let me know down below your opinions on what Treyarch could be doing for MW3 Zombies. I'll be sure to use a bunch of your comments and ideas in my upcoming video. Let me know down below what you want to see here for this game. What features do you want to have? What maps do you want to see? What are your opinions on red dots on the mini map? Your opinions on the MW2 OG maps being remade for this game? The weapons, all the different stuff. I mean, so much crazy stuff here for this game. Let me know down below what you're feeling. Definitely have to see this game revealed very soon. That's it here for this video. Subscribe for more. Shout out to YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.